with me. Dream teams are right. Oh, yeah. All right, Coach Destroy. This is Calvin.
Hey, Coach Calvin, 82s.
This is Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it?
Not really. I got caught.
God, this is like automatic pilot.
Just trying to wake you guys up.
All right, let's get up and about. It's finals time.
Yeah, well, exactly right. And I am super excited. We'll skip past around the grounds this week. Finals time's coming up. It's exciting.
It is time for Around the Grounds Destroy. Why didn't you want to do that?
Well, I thought I had a solid week, considering I carried another donut. What did I have, Warren? About
22.05.
22.05, so I'll take that.
Bit below
basically, I rested a few of the guns this week because I consolidated top spot. Percentage, had enough wins. I was clear by about 8 points. So just rested the boys up. So we should be primed this week to take on Team Calvinator.
Woo! Wow, Calvinator.
1 versus 4. Well, my win last week and my tiny bit of percentage actually got me into from 5th to 4th. So squeezed my way in for the big battle this week. And my score was pretty much spot on par, and I hardly moved at all. I actually think I changed like
22.35, and you only went up a tad.
Yeah, like only one spot. It was marginal.
Yeah.
Oh!
The Warn Dogs, I was the top scorer out of us. I got the gold medal this week, so score of 22.
What a gay thing to say! Little dimples.
You wait, they're coming. The Warn Dogs are coming, but we've probably got about 15 out this week.
So you cannot say your team went well without getting this little cheesy.
Well, I've had a pretty bad year, so it's nice to be able to be scoring better than you. Because Roy still tells us that he's the best coach in the world, but
the ladder speaks for itself.
The ladder does speak for itself.
Do you know what I like about our ladder?
What?
You've got those 2 panels you can select. That one and that one.
Well,
but for some reason I'm stuck.
Destroy.
It doesn't move.
Looking at the bloody around the grounds.
Yes.
What is it? The ladder. Looking on your leagues on the thing.
Yes.
We've got another league, our All Stars League.
Yeah.
That is. You don't know about that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't checked that one. Well, you probably should, because at the moment that's sitting there. Our league ladder of that top 8.
Yes.
Destroyed. Where are you?
What do you mean?
Didn't you enter that comp?
Destroyed did not make the 8 in that. Ranked 2nd overall. There's probably a lot of hard luck stories out there like that. Destroy ranked.
So if I go into that one and click on the 2 different tabs,
there's no finals there
I
for
change.
that.
Oh, isn't there?
The good news for you in that one is you're in the Tidhead Cup.
Oh, well, that's something I can
Now, for those who don't know, a lot of people do because you've been watching for a long time, the bottom 8 battle off for the Tidhead Cup. So you're not out of it yet. You're playing in like the Magoo's final series, and the winner of that will win the Tidhead Cup.
And don't worry, true to form, Tidhead is in the Tidhead Cup.
Only just snuck in there as well this year. Now, you two were playing each other in our main league, so in our mates league. Huge game. So, 1st versus 4th. I finished 3rd in the end, and so I'm playing against Stu, the Soup Nazis, but I've got a fair bit of support behind me.
Yeah?
I've got some big dogs that are out there supporting the Warn Dogs. Look at that. The bulk.
Doesn't get much bigger than the bowl.
Bloody cool.
I can't believe you got him to
there.
do that. Didn't you ask him on Twitter or something?
Yeah, no, I was in that room with those 3 girls as well, so seeing what was going on. But yes, how about that? The bowl.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Warn Dog fan.
I know.
He's going to be up and about like I will be after we award this. Alrighty, the golden stubby for this week was won by John Giles. He ended up being on top of the ladder of the votes, and because he was good. What did he have? 170 odd, I think it was last week. It was huge.
100 what?
Was it 170?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, I might be thinking of another game.
I reckon.
But he had a big score.
He's gone back-to-back big scores. He would have had 120.
Yep.
He would have had 120 this week.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got it written here.
Hang on.
How did Giles go? 124, sorry. There was a big 170 in another
You're
game.
only 46 off it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, since he has broken free of your shackles, he has dominated.
He's loved it. He's loved it. That's one of the... We all talk about those trades that don't work out right. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Upgrading Giles to...
Of course. Giles
Jacobs.
wasn't scoring 50 at the time.
It was terrible.
He was awful and got Jacobs in, and they probably... Giles would have scored more because Jacobs had that week off. Oh, he would have scored a heap more.
Yeah.
Oh, God, terrible trade.
It's a shocking trade.
It's a good trade.
It's a good trade, just didn't execute properly. Yeah. Alright, we have a fair bit of teamwork. Destroy, what are you up to?
He's lost the best.
Finals.
Finals. Confidence. Now, the good thing is you could actually win a voucher to buy one of these on meathead.com.au. Get ready for the competition coming up later on. Alright, so let's get straight into these teams. There's quite a fair bit of stuff to talk about.
There is.
So, straight into it. Alright, Friday night we've got the Eagles and the Cats. Embley is in, Smets is out with a calf, Kelly is out with a groin, but also Chapman has a question mark there because we're hearing that he didn't actually get on the flight over, and we heard the rumour that he was out with a... he hurt his hamstring at training today. So
now, if you stay in touch with our Twitter accounts,
yep,
we'll be letting you know once we get official word from the airline itself.
You can do that, can you, Calvin?
I have a connection.
Oh, all right.
Good I have a connection. All right. So we'll find that out later on.
Cool. Pushing on, let's get into Saints and the D's. Boring, nothing to see there. So let's continue on to the Crows and the Dockers. And Tippett is in. Poor Pleasure is out. And Fife is named on the ball. Interesting one there because a lot of people could go Porps to Fife for 20 grand, and that would be an awesome thing. Fife has been sensational the last few weeks, apart from then having that sub-affected game where he hurt his shoulder. So get on Fife if you've got 20 grand there to do that.
Now, Porps, anyone that held him that long was rewarded the last few weeks. He showed the form of his career.
And guess what? When he started doing that, when I traded him out. Anyway, that's another one. All right.
You're like Ross Lyon. You're a defensive coach.
Yeah.
You just don't let him go and play.
Yeah.
All right, Suns versus Giants. This is a pretty big game, actually. We've got Hall and Horsley are in, which might help a lot of people out if you need some cover during this week. Daly's back. He is a big back. You've got him back, Roy?
Yeah.
Another big one there is Brogan is out. Meaning Giles can potentially run and free again and all that sort of stuff. But the other one is that Zach Smith's out, so he's not rucking against much. So he's going to actually probably go back-to-back in the Golden Stubby for scores there this week. Other big ones, Taylor Adams and old Green Dog should have an E on that, Mr. Warn Dog. Bad spelling. That is out. There's a bit of fresh meat there, though, Kevin.
Fresh meat, there's a guy called Golds.
Yep.
Golds. I don't think he's going to be any good. He's a mid-back. He's 104k, so... There's actually about 7 fresh meters playing, so I wouldn't be looking at him very much.
Isn't it? Hasn't the game changed from mid-year where a bit of DPP action there would have had everyone licking their lips?
Yep.
No?
Not now.
But he's going to be what? He'll probably play this week. He's on the bench. He might probably even be a sub. And then later on he'll be out next week. You just can't get on guys like that.
Oh, they'll play him out the rest of the season?
No chance.
Really?
All right, Saturday night, let's go straight into the Blues and the Lions, and we've got Robbo. He is finally back, which is going to take some pressure off in a lot of forward lines, I'm sure. Rocky's on the bench, Roy. Concerned?
I can't believe you even put that in there.
Well, there wasn't much else to write about them. So anyway, Rocky's on the bench.
And Rocky is due.
All right.
There.
Due for a vest. Right, play on. Now, the Swans and the Pies. Swans out for 2 weeks. If you hadn't heard about that, don't know where you've been, but we'll get into that very shortly. Didak and Clark are in, which are interesting ones. Didak could be one of those cheap options for people to get if you're really looking for something there, and Clark could be that backline cover that some people might be needing. Into some Sunday. These are extended benches and stuff, so don't get too excited about some of these guys, but Diarrhea, Calvin, he's in.
Yeah, he's a mid, 104k. He's a mature age, 20 years old. And he's been on the Hawks list since 2009.
Wow,
There you go.
All right, other ones there. Max Bailey's back in because old mate Roughhead is out. And Buddy still not to be seen. Redden and Fife are in onto that extended bench, along with Mr. Blee, Nathan Blee, Calvin.
The only guy... No, Blee's not on the extended bench.
He's
the only fresh meter named on the ground. So all the other ones are on benches.
Okay.
Blee, 98k backman. 24-year-old guy who was recruited from the Waffle. So he was a name that was tossed around early in the year. So he finally gets his run this week.
There's always pressure on a new incoming coach to put that guy straight in that should have been in for weeks, isn't it? So that's who good has gone to. Is he the one doing it? It is Hocking doing it, is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
So whoever it is, it's just
I heard
gone-
Sean Wren's name being used.
Yeah, so did I.
I got excited.
And Rocket Eid for next year, maybe. Who
Oh,
knows?
do you know who I heard for next year?
Who? Mick?
Chopo Williams.
Really?
Back.
Going back?
Yeah.
No chance.
I don't know.
Surely. All right, couple of games to go. Tigers and the Roos. Hargrave, he's back. Oh, Shaggy Hargrave, he's been good for people. And Lin Jong is in, Calvin. We spoke to him at the start of the year. If you watch one of our pre-season videos, we had a chat to him. Good kid.
Yeah, 106k mid, and so is Roberts.
Oh, Fletcher.
Fletcher Roberts is in 108k forward, big unit, 193 centimetre.
Yep. And
Good
finally, into the last game there, Bombers and North Melbourne. Brendan Lee is making his...
Yeah, his story's pretty cool. 24 years old, played 3 years in the Waffle for a handful of games, averaging 25, 29 touches a game. Pretty sick, and 85k mid.
Probably would have been nice if they don't play him this week, because he'd be handy fresh meat for next year.
24 years old though.
Yeah. Because he was upgraded from the rookie list today, I think.
Yeah,
so,
and straight in, or extended bench.
He hasn't always played football. He used to be in the movies. You seen The Crow?
Oh,
Good. Late starter.
Well done. There's no Stanton, Calvin.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, that soreness must be pretty bad. They probably should have named it up as a hamstring that it is.
That's unfortunate for you.
My bench, actually my field, you and I were speaking about this earlier, like, it's a bit of a blessing because now Gibson gets to come on the field. Oh, and I've got Swan there too, so who else? Oh, I'll have to look at that later.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Another one there is Winderlick's got a hamstring at the moment. That's a bit sad for him because I actually told someone last week to get him in because he'd be a good option.
It's not sad for him, it's sad for you with your shit advice.
I know. I cringed when you told someone to do that.
It's a good thing.
I was horrified.
Did you?
Anyone would think you were playing him next week or something.
Who should I
probably
trade
was.
in for Stanton?
Wyndham Lynch.
Winderlynch. All right. Okay, Destroyed. We haven't looked at this thing for a little while.
What is it?
Haven't seen it for a couple of weeks.
What is it?
Roid Rage.
Does it have music to it?
No, it doesn't yet. Rightio.
Death metal.
Get ready for Roid Rage. Tell us about it. You've got some this week. One person. Who is it? Everyone can read it.
Oh, yeah, right. It's Dane Swan. Obviously, there's about how many people in the same boat here? 90,000?
A lot. Yeah, 90,000. 30% of the comp.
Are they from Indonesia? Get it?
Yeah. Now, this is it. I don't know who to channel my anger at here.
Me.
Because it's not at Swanee.
It's not.
He was out till 12-1, couple of vessels.
12 to 1.
Who
Probably
cares?
apparently just drank water.
Apparently just drank water.
And even
if he's willing to lie about that, okay.
The
fine.
nightclub owner said, we'll show
fine.
you footage of him drinking water.
So, I'm more angry at Collingwood than Swanee. But their history of doing this at vital times. Who was it last year? Heath Shaw for the
Couple
second
of
half of the
years ago.
season.
Oh, yeah.
And the Shaw Didac.
Couple
They
of-
just keep killing us at finals time. So, not that angry at Swanee. He could have made better choices, but it's Swanee. Like, realistically,
Yeah.
look how he's played the whole year as someone that goes out on the piss drinking on weekends.
Loves it.
Do you really want him to change that much?
No.
He's a Brownlow medalist. So, yeah, fair enough, all the, almost guys they've got, they need to go on a bit of band to get up to standard.
Right, they do.
If they, go out on the piss and miss a game, who really gives a shit?
Swanee needs the carbs.
He does. He needs the carbs. So anyway, it's just, I'm beyond anger at just being frustrated with this. Most important time of the year, first week of finals, Swanee token 2 week for a minor mishap.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about, so this is the most common
Right,
question.
yeah, so this is what do we do with him now? So we've got our big Swan dilemma. Now I've been doing a bit of work, bit of research here on things to do. Our first one has to be straight up, option 1, trade to Gary Ablett.
Oh,
I think...
Winderling.
You idiot. Gary Ablett there, I think that if you don't have him, then you should.
We don't just get one Ablett.
You get 2, Calvin.
Two.
And that's your
Trademark.
thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, other people will start using that soon.
Oh, do you know what else we should
reckon?
trademark?
What?
Linsanity.
Oh, no.
Really?
Oh, no.
All right. Another option. Another option to go with here. Oh, that's called option 3. Oh, that's option 4. Whoops.
Oh, it's all
Here you go. Option 2. Trade for cash. You can get someone like a Beams, who probably will benefit from it.
Yay.
Who else would we have in there? Watson. Pendles.
Pendles is a great pick. Scotty Thompson, probably not this week.
Well,
But
Scott Thompson.
run home.
Yeah,
Awesome.
like for the future. You're getting it for this week and for the weeks to come.
Yep.
Got very good run home. Who's he got? He's got Fremantle this week, where he might struggle.
Fremantle this
I
week.
think he's got Melbourne and
But
Gold
Melbourne,
Coast.
Gold Coast, and
Gold Coast.
Brisbane as well.
Doesn't
So
he pump out 150s on Gold Coast?
that's in your grand final.
Oh,
He kills bunny teams, but this week, if you're going to do it,
So he'll potentially score more than Swanee in your grand final anyway if he's
Yeah.
playing Gold Coast.
it's a
Swanee playing the Bombers.
that's Swan.
I think so.
Red Counts, Cats, Swans.
Alright.
Another one you can downgrade to there that I had a quick look at. I wouldn't do it, but Boyd.
Oh, yeah.
Boyd is under
Very under.
500,000.
Yeah. The other thing is, so how many trades would you want left if you were going to use this? So would you use it if it was your last trade?
Well, I'm in that situation.
Yep.
And no.
What happens
I'm
if
not
it's an
going-
elimination final and you have to win this week?
Yeah. It's tough.
Don't
probably
go
would
out.
throw the kitchen sink.
Don't go out with trades in your pocket.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, this is such a situation unique to everyone's team,
Yeah.
isn't it? If you are going for the car,
Yep.
The trade's important. I
you
think.
probably have to do it.
But then again, you got to look at if you're covering it with Gibson, who's had back-to-back
Well,
hundreds.
yeah, option
would you
3
be-
there.
Yeah.
Is hold on to him and play those guys. Like some people have got Dustin Martin floating as a
Yep.
bench swingman.
Yep.
You've got Treloar and Gibson who have been awesome. So they've been really good.
So I guess at the end of the, if you've got people on the bench who have been getting it done in recent weeks,
Yeah.
give them their chance to have a run.
And we're all sitting in the top 4, and that's our consensus. That's what we're all going to
That's
do.
what we'll
But
do.
if you've got a donut, if that gives you a donut,
Yeah.
and you're in a do or die game,
Oh,
then you need to.
I think if it gives you a donut full stop, no matter where you
Yeah.
are, I'd do it. I
because
think
it just means you've obviously got no cover or structure there to help yourself
Yeah.
out.
Back to the car scenario for the few people that this would be relevant to.
like you.
Does Dustin Martin win you a car?
He might win you a car.
He might. He's enough. He's enough.
Yeah, he could float through covering spots for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Because don't forget, we're getting to that time of the year where teams are now going to go, well, we're not going to make the 8.
Yeah.
We'll book you in for surgery. We'll book you in for surgery.
That's why-
You ice up. You're done for the year.
I said
Rookies
to
come
you
in.
before, old mate Stanton, that you've got Stanton
Yeah.
there. If Bombers lose this week, Stanton could be gone for the
Yeah,
rest
could
of
be
the
done.
season.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
But
things
yeah,
to think about.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Anyway, lots of different situations there, depending on where you sit with
How'd you go?
Swanee and where you are on your ladder.
Of course, yeah. My option 4 was, I did write
I'll
this
get some
before.
beers.
Option 4, I did write this before the teams, but you could have done a bit of DPP action and get someone in. But that could still work. I said, Buddy, get him back in, all that sort of stuff. Probably not the greatest of options now because Buddy isn't named. What have we got here?
In approximately 10 to 15 minutes by the end of the show, I will have some ground-breaking news
Groundbreaking.
on Paul Chapman.
Stay tuned.
Don't
for
worry
that.
about Twitter, it's right here from the horse's mouth.
Well, Calvin, we've lost Roy for a minute,
Yep.
so it's probably time to get into
My pirate
everyone's favourite segment.
Pirate hat!
Here it is, go!
He's back with the old rum and coats.
A couple of vessels.
Right
They had coke back in those days.
yeah.
Wicked.
Cocaine, man.
Good
Right
morning, drug
Imbecile.
Right.
Right.
This show right. Okay.
It's like,
If-
what's that
I
song
know.
you were singing today? Oh, I've forgotten it.
Oh,
Party and push up.
hey!
Alright, sorry, Calvin
What's the
song.
hat? My
Yeah.
turn to speak.
Where's your patch?
Anyway, this week, no Swanee. What are we going to do? I was always going to go Ablett number 1 anyway. That's huge. And Roy and I rang Roy and said, Roy, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? We had a little discussion. He was on the same boat, same pirate ship. So, Swan, so Ablett was always going to be the number 1 lock this week. I'll tell you why in a sec. 87% of the vote on DT Talk are on the Ablett train. I'd like to know, out of that 13%, is that people who actually don't have it?
Yeah,
Probably.
Okay, so that's interesting. Anyway, these are the reasons why Ablett is going to be good this week. He had 106 last time he played GWS at the start of the year. In that game, he still had 33 touches, but this is when he came back from his 2 weeks off with his knee. He had 42 points 42 points in that first quarter, faded out to finish on 106. Okay? Other things. In that game, he only had 2 tackles. He's had 21 tackles in the last 3 weeks. So you can basically add another 15 to 20 points on top of that 106 he had. The game was at Manuka Oval. Manuka. What did he say?
I don't know.
Manuka. Who likes playing there anyway? He's back at Metricon. 152, 143 in his last 2 games there. And, of course, he's only playing GWS. He will carve them something chronic, and I'm expecting a 160 plus.
Yeah, nice.
A 160 plus. Now, he copped the tag from Shield on a wobbly knee, still had 32 touches. He's a beast. He's averaging 142 in his last 3 this year. Absolutely killing it. He's a dead lock, a no-brainer if you've got him. If you don't have him, and you want to look for someone else, the next 2 picks you've got to go for Joe Watson. Joe Watson averages 109 on North. He had 110 on this year, and his form's been good, averaging 115. And other than that, you've probably got to go for someone like Dane Beams. And although he's playing Sydney in Sydney, his form's just too hot. 126 in his last 3 as an average. He's just been smashing it, and he didn't actually play Sydney last year. So the stats that we've got on that are quite old, but he should be pretty good. Now, they go, oh, Swan's out, Beams will get more clock in the mid and stuff. It also moves him up the line for a tag. But Pendles is there. Pendles will be the tag guy this week, and his record against them is actually disgraceful. 200s in his career of 10 games against them. So he'll probably still pump out 100 because he had 100 in the last game he played, which was 107. But it's just a bit hard to go on him with his record. Anyway.
So your top 5 sitting there, Abel at the top. You got your Job and your Beamsy, as you said.
Yep.
Paddy Dangerfield?
Danger, yeah, I'll tell you what, his form, he is averaging 120 in his last 3, 130, 111, 118 in his last 3 games this year, smashing it.
Is he really?
And he had 110 on FREO already this year.
Yeah.
The Crowley tag goes to Scott Thompson, as we've already said. Tom only had 65 on him. So, but in the game before that, he had 154. So I don't even know if Crowley played that. I didn't look, but Crowley goes to him and held him last time.
That's right.
So you just can't do it